525 Live Sessions.
Hi, I'm Jack Savoretti, and welcome to En Lefko 87.7 and the 525 Live Sessions.
Κυρίες και κύριοι, καλησπέρα σας. Καλώς ήρθατε. Είστε συντονισμένοι στον En Lefko στους 87,7 και σήμερα έχουμε την ευκαιρία να αποδείξουμε πόσο δυνατό και αγαπημένο είναι το 525 Live Session. Όλη η ομάδα δουλεύει για να σας φέρνουμε τους καλλιτέχνες που αγαπάτε, αλλά και αναδεικνύονται μέσα από τις συναυλίες και μέσα από τις κυκλοφορίες τους. Σήμερα έχουμε την τιμή και τη μεγάλη χαρά να έχουμε δίπλα μας τον Jack Savoretti. Hello, Jack.
Hello, lovely to see you.
How are you?
I'm really good. It's great to be back in Greece. Great to be in Athens. So very excited.
I have to admit that you are very brave. You kissed me, you hugged me, and you are not afraid of COVID?
I mean, there's other things I'm more afraid of, put it that way. So it was good to see you.
So, who is the best listener for your music and why?
I think a traveler is a good listener for me, people that travel a lot. I make albums very much based on how I was introduced to music, which was traveling, driving, trains, walking. I always loved sort of the moving element of life while I listened to music. I'm not really somebody that sits around and listens to music. I listen to music all the time while I'm doing stuff, for example, while I'm traveling. So a lot of my albums, I like to think of them as soundtracks for the journey of life rather than for standing still.
And you are traveling a lot.
Yes. We just came from Italy actually yesterday, so we are traveling a lot. And a lot of my travels seep their way into my music. I think a lot of, when you travel a lot, you're hypersensitive. You know, you have to be engaged. You have to turn on all your senses. So you feel things a lot stronger when you travel, which is, I think, why people get addicted to traveling and fall in love with traveling, is because suddenly you feel a lot more than when you're stationary in one place and things become common and repetitive. And so I think that's another reason why my music suits that, is because you're more sort of open to feeling emotions that otherwise you wouldn't necessarily engage with. And in my music, in my albums at least, as a whole body of work, there's a multitude of emotions. And I think to really understand that, you have to be quite open. So it's nice for people to listen to music when they travel, because they are generally more open.
The last time you were in Athens, you had a concert in Erodium.
Unbelievable.
A stage that many great names, such as Maria Callas, have performed. How did it feel to perform in such a historic theater?
I mean, it's generally, I don't use the word honor a lot, but it was truly an honor to play there. I mean, we were all sort of in awe of the magnitude of the arena itself, of the theater itself, of the whole environment. And it was just a quintessentially beautiful Greek night. The people were amazing.
Amazing people.
It was an
I
amazing
was there.
audience. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was
magical.
Yeah, thank you.
It was like you had all our songs in your mind with the right order. How could you do that?
Thank you. It was a very magical night for us. It was very emotional, also because, speaking of COVID, this was kind of one of the first shows we ever did since lockdown, since being sort of closed away. So it was one of the first shows we did back traveling, back being abroad, with a proper live audience. So it was magnificent. It was definitely a night myself and my band and my crew will never forget.
Mm-hmm. Are you having any research about your audience before you go on stage? Are you willing to make big changes on your set list in order to please your fans?
I'm always willing to please my fans. But I think if you're doing this long enough, you kind of know. I never sort of try to impose something that I just want to do on that night just because I want to do it. Usually the reason I stand on stage is because I want to please the fans. So I want to do what they want to hear. I do like playing songs that they know.
What is the craziest thing you did?
I could never tell you.
Oh, please tell me, please.
No, we are very civilized fans, I have to say. I have friends in other bands and other musical worlds that have much crazier fans. We have the lovely thing about our fans is that most people have come to discover my music entirely in different ways, which is really lovely. And we're discovering that the more we travel. Everybody discovers it because of different experiences. And most of the time, I feel very fortunate. My record label might not agree, but I feel very fortunate that nobody is there for one song. Everybody's in the audience is there for a different song. So it's funny when you ask people, what do you want me to play? they don't say the same song. Everybody has a different favorite. And that, for me, as an artist, is the ultimate luxury and compliment. And it makes it really fun because I feel like whatever song I dig around and find and pull out and play, somebody in the crowd is going to know it and like it. I'm not forced to always play that one song over and over again. So I think that's the luxury of my audience, is that they're very broad when it comes to their taste.
Are you planning something special for your December concert in Athens? What's your secret regarding on the Greek audience?
Well, I think the Greek audience just understands. They trust what I'm trying to do with music, and I trust that they'll receive it. They reacted to my previous album, Singing to Strangers, in a way that was overwhelming. It was so nice because I was trying to, in that album, I was really exploring Italian music and my roots to Italian music. And in Europiana, I decided to really celebrate European music as a whole. And a lot of Greek artists, you know, there was a wonderful Greek artist called Monica who was actually a guest when we played
Our
in her
Monica.
Your Monica, yeah, Greek Monica,
Greek
who
Monica.
I'm a big fan of. And so a lot of what she was doing musically inspired what I did on this last album on Europiana. And a lot of different Greek artists, Mediterranean music in general, but not just the quintessentially classic Mediterranean, how the Mediterranean music evolved because of its influence of American soul, funk, disco, and what happened to European music over the last 50 years, to me, is amazing. And I think some great music came out of Europe because of that. And so Europiana, the album I just put out, was a real celebration of that. So we're definitely going to bring some of the old friends, the old songs on the stage with us. But we really want to come and show people, give people the Europiana experience, which is celebrating European music of the last 50 years.
What are your future plans? Are you currently working on a new album?
I'm always working on a new album. The minute an album sort of belongs to the public, I start thinking about
next one.
Yeah, what's the next one? Because it's not just mine
It's
anymore.
like a curse.
It is a bit of a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. It's just a continuous sort of relationship where you're constantly trying to discover something about yourself and also share it with people so that they have the same experience. And I think right now I want to push myself out of my comfort zone again, which is usually where I feel most comfortable, is when I'm out of my comfort zone, ironically.
And now my last question. I would like to close your eyes and give yourself one piece of advice.
If only it was as easy as one piece of advice. I would just say, to me, the advice that I've always taken is listen to everybody, but trust yourself to make the decision at the end of the day. But listen. Keep listening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
525 Live Sessions.